going on, guys? Thanks for coming back. This is a weekly wrap for May 20th. I'll be going over some trailers, film noir, and starting my new segment of the show that I know you guys are really going to like, but I'll save it as the end as a surprise. Alright, so let's get into trailers. We got the Awake trailer, which is a new TV show coming out for NBC. And let me just say, this trailer looks so awesome. It's so amazing. It's a 4-minute trailer. It's pretty long, and it's really well cut. It kind of gives you an idea of overall what the whole plot's going to be for the show. And ironic enough, it was the same artist used for the Another Earth trailer, which I talked about last week, which was also really well cut. So I guess it's something about that band with their songs and trailers. It just makes them awesome. I know for a while the song was changed, and I think it was to copyright issues. And then I'm assuming there were so many people that complained that said, no, we want the other song. It was the only way to see that trailer, which I was one of those people, because that song completely sucked, the other one they used. So finally, it was put back. So you know, for anyone who hadn't seen it before, or if you saw it with the other song, it has no lyrics in it, whereas the original one did. Now you can watch it. Watch the video on my favorites, and you're good to go on that one. That's the original one, and oh man, it's so good. But yeah, that show is going to be replacing it's going to be replacing any TV show that you ever liked, pretty much. Maybe not so much as replacing it, you know, in your heart, or as much as you loved it or whatever. But just if you're looking for something else to watch, I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. Okay, let me just say that the psychiatrist in the trailer, BD Wong, I hope he has a bigger role than he does in Law and Order SVU, just because that guy he's so good. What he does is just being this kind of relaxed guy that's just trying to integrate intelligence and everything, and just having reason. He just seems like such a peaceful guy. I don't even think he probably gets mad in real life or anything. So having him in this trailer really, I don't know, it's just something very soothing to go along with the music, and I think really he was one of the reasons this trailer was successful and got people interested. So I really hope he's a bigger part of the show than he is in Law and Order. Okay, so the other trailer that premiered was Alcatraz, the J.J. Abrams produced show starring Jorge Garcia and Dr. Alan Parker from Jurassic Park. And I have to say, I was pretty disappointed with this trailer. I hope the series premiere proves me wrong. But just so far from what I saw, it seems very bleak. It doesn't look fun. It doesn't look interesting. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. We'll have to see. Also, the Steven Spielberg directed animated movie Tintin, which people have been talking about this movie for years. I've been waiting 2 years to see footage from it. That's when I heard about the movie about 2 years ago. And we finally get to see something, and it was like, wow, awesome. Like, you know, everyone's been talking about this movie. Oh, yeah, Steven Spielberg's Tintin, I don't know what, produced by Peter Jackson, and finally we get to see something. So that's cool. And just from what I saw, I'm very excited for this. This looks awesome. And I know Robert Zemeckis, someone who tried to bring it upon himself to make awesome animated movies, wasn't too successful at it. And he's had so many attempts, whereas Steven Spielberg came with this one, and while it's not guaranteed it's going to be awesome, it sure looks like it. The next trailer I want to talk about is called The Artist, and this is a film that premiered at Cannes Film Festival. Let me just say that this movie looks phenomenal. I love the idea of a silent film made in a modern era, like now, and not only a silent film, but a black and white film, because it's hard enough to make the average film viewer see a movie like this that's in black and white, and then to make it a silent film as well. Like, who the hell's made a silent film recently? I haven't heard of any. If you have, please tell me so I can Netflix it. So I know for a fact this movie isn't going to get as much attention as it deserves. However, at least it will get proper treatment from people who really are into movies, right? And apparently, you know, from those types of people, it already has gained a lot of praise and a lot of really good reviews. So check out the trailer. It's in my favorites. And this film definitely falls under the genre of film noir, which is something I'm about to talk about. And it's a genre I'm currently exploring, and I'm really, really loving. And I'm going to recommend some awesome movies that you can check out to kind of explore the genre and just, you know, see how you like it for yourself, just because it can be really romantic. It can be really gritty. It can have awesome monologue throughout it. It can be a lot of things, and it's something that's definitely worth checking out. And I think everyone should experience it in one way or another. So let me read a bit about the genre from the masters over at Criterion, and then I'll go ahead and tell you guys about some of the titles you can check out. So this was on the Criterion site, so that's what I'm going to be quoting. I have no idea who wrote it, so I can't give anyone credit, but like I said, it is on Criterion.com. Awesome website, check it out. Alright, some call it a genre, others a movement, or even a fashion statement. But however, one defines Noir with its signature femme fatales, wisecracking tough guys, and dramatic high-contrast cinematography. Its appeal never seems to wane. Though its origins are in German expressionism and French crime films of the 30s, film noir has always been a distinctly American film movement, influenced and shaped as it was by American Pulp Fiction, wartime gender politics, and the post-war nuclear anxieties. And since its 40s and 50s heyday, the legacy of noir has spread everywhere, from Kurosawa's High and Low to the French New Wave Alphaville, to the proliferation of neon noirs in the 80s, Coupe de Torche, and 90s Insomnia. Color may have been seeped into noir's rich gray palette over the years, but some things never change: anxiety, disillusionment, and panic. So, if you are interested in something in that, what I just read, definitely check out the genre, and I'm gonna recommend some titles that you could check out. So we've got The Third Man, Blast of Silence, which to me is a perfect example of the genre in some way. It doesn't represent as a whole, but definitely check that one out, Blast of Silence. By the way, most of these movies, you can find them on Criterion.com, so just enter the title and you can see them there. Another is High and Low, like it was mentioned in what I just read. The Hit, which was actually Tim Roth's first movie. So if you're a fan of Tim Roth, like in Reservoir Dogs, Incredible Hulk, definitely watch this. It was his first movie, and it was awesome. I really liked that film. Stanley Kubrick's The Killing, Sunset Boulevard, Le Samurai, Stray Dog, Casablanca, and I would even go as far as saying that Sin City is somewhat of a film noir film. Overall, you get the idea of it, the black and white, that it's really gritty, and it has this whole monologue throughout it. So that's definitely going to fall under that genre in my opinion. I'm no film scholar, but I somewhat know what I'm talking about, and I'm pretty sure that'd be one. Okay, so news. So I'm going to talk about some film news now. And let me just say, I want to thank YouTube user JakeSnake244 for always leaving feedback on my videos. It really is highly appreciated, Jake. And I would also like to thank YouTube user ThatGuyGus for giving me a heads up on the situation with Rec 3. Apparently the film is currently filming and it's set for a fall release date. This of course is a prequel and will explain the origin of the virus and what's going on. So thanks again for the info, Gus. Okay, so something unfortunate this week is that all Arnold Schwarzenegger projects are on hold until further notice. I'm pretty sure it's because of his whole situation. Apparently he had a kid with one of his coworkers. I know some people are even speculating it could be 2 kids. So I don't know what's going on there. I mean, that guy's always been pretty wild. But it doesn't mean I don't love him. He was always my childhood inspiration. When I was like 5 or 6, I was always watching Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Terminator. And yeah, just hope it gets resolved soon, just because I really do want to see Terminator 5. I don't even care how ridiculous it is. Just seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger in another movie, it's going to make my day. Also, what was released is the first pictures of Tom Hardy as Bane, and it's nothing fancy. I mean, you don't really get that good of a look at him. I think it's overall just they released the image just to finally get some buzz going around, and me personally, I'm just excited this thing is finally getting filmed. Okay guys, that about does it for film news. I know I only mentioned 2 things. It's just, I don't know, there wasn't really anything really cool to talk about this week. And I guess I was just more excited to give you guys that whole run through about film noir and talk about my new segment, which is the point we're at right now. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing. Is probably at the end of every weekly wrap, if not in a separate video, I will talk about I'll call it the movie pick of the week, and it'll just be a movie that I pick that I would want you guys to check out. And so so this week we got Blade 2, amazing movie if you haven't seen it. I watched this movie at least 50 times when I was I want to say 8 or 9 years old. on DirecTV over and over and over and over and over. And I think it's such an underrated vampire movie. And if you haven't seen it, or if you saw it around the age I saw it and you didn't like it, definitely go revisit it right now. Um, get the DVD from Netflix. If it's on Instant or something, don't get it because what I'm going to say is going to be very specific. So get the DVD or even buy it. I got it on eBay for $6. This collector's edition. Um, Seriously, oh, aside from watching the movie, after you watch it, I want you to please watch the audio commentary on it by the director Guillermo del Toro, and you get such an insight into why this film is so different, why it was different from Blade 1 and from Blade 2, and you like I said, you get such an insight to what Guillermo del Toro had in mind for the film, and you learn so much about how he made the film, his overall goal. And you learn that this man, he is really a true filmmaker, full of passion, and he does what he does because he loves it. And if you're not really into audio commentaries, I recommend you check this one out because I guarantee it'll change your mind. If you really love movies and you're interested in finding out more about them, how they're made, all that stuff, this is definitely going to be one worth checking out. Also, he gets to point out all the cool. I'm sorry. He gets to point out all the cool geek stuff in it, like his superhero shots. There's about two or three. Overall, everything. It's such an in-depth take on the film, and I love it so much. I've already seen it like 3 times, and yeah, I love that commentary. So yeah, definitely check that out. And that's gonna go ahead and wrap things up for this week. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at AlanGeek. Twitter.com/AlanGeek. Be sure to comment, let me know what you thought, and stay geeky, guys. Have a nice day.